Very cool. So you have your free version, you have your pro version. If I could honestly give you my opinion on whether or not you should invest in Canva Pro, I'm gonna say yes. It is only $12, $13 a month.
If you pay.
If I buy 2 of these,
It's done.
that's it, right? If I get 2 cups of Starbucks, that's it. So make sure that you guys make the right decision. I definitely say go for it. But if you're not ready, you don't have to. There's plenty of things that you can use with the Canva free. So let's look at this main dashboard. First things first, we're gonna have what will you design today? Everybody has this pretty whatever color box, gradient style box right here. This is great for beginners because it gives you all of the categories that you can pretty much do in Canva. So for example, majority of us are going to be creating social posts, right? This is for our real estate business. We want to create some content. When you select social media, you're going to begin to see different categories. So you have popular, then you'll have Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and then templates. So let's talk about what sizes are you going to be using. So if you plan on posting to both Instagram and Facebook, you want to use Instagram post, which is the square size, okay? Instagram post will work perfectly for both platforms. However, if we do Facebook post, it will not work for Instagram, okay? So you want to make sure, kill 2 birds with 1 stone, don't do too much work, select the right size so you can post everywhere. Let's talk about stories. Stories are actually pretty much the same size across the social platforms. So you can use Instagram story to also fill in your Facebook stories, your LinkedIn. Something new is your WhatsApp status. And I want to bring that to your attention because many of us do a lot of our business through WhatsApp. Our clients live on WhatsApp because they refuse to text us. So not a problem. WhatsApp now has that story capability where you can post stories. Don't miss out on marketing to your WhatsApp people.
Oh, wow.
Even if they're overseas, somebody can say, oh, Elaine, my cousin just moved to Miami from Jamaica. They're looking for something. Boom. And it's all because you posted something on WhatsApp, right? So don't limit yourself. Everything you're going to do on your social platforms, create a story for WhatsApp as well. Just a little suggestion. Let's maximize the stuff that we got going on. So any questions about the most popular sizes in for social media? We're good with that? Everybody got that? Okay, cool. So what I'm going to do right now is quickly show you guys on the left here. You have Home, Magic Studio. So this is part of Pro. Projects, templates, brand, and apps. With the Pro account, you can upload your brand kits. Okay, so you can upload your logos, you can upload the colors that you like, the fonts that you like, you can upload all that good stuff. That is with the Pro account. With the free account, you can still upload everything. It's just not going to be under brand, okay, which I'll show you guys in a moment when we get into a design. Now up here next to your photo, you have a purple button that says create a design. This is also super easy. It just gives you a list of what it is that you want to create. And you can go ahead and select. So I'm going to go ahead and do create design, and I'm going to jump into Instagram post. Now, before I begin, I am, for my Zoom world, I'm going to add this folder with the KW Legacy logos to the chat. Okay, because you definitely want to make your life easier by uploading every single style that the logo has. But I want to jump in and show you guys the difference between these folders. We have black and white, CMYK, PMS 200, and RGB. CMYK, RGB, they look almost identical. The biggest difference is the shade of red. So CMYK looks a little more pink. The RGB looks a little more red. Now, for printing, if you're going to create an open house flyer, whatnot, CMYK is actually going to be your better option. Okay, so that's just a mental note. I don't think it makes a huge difference, but just wanted to throw that out there. Now, I'm going to jump into the black and white. I want to show you guys, you're going to have a bunch of different options in here. If you see something with this checkered background, that actually means it is transparent. So that means when you go to put it on a marketing piece, it will not have a block behind it, okay? And the transparent files are called PNG. So you'll know at the end, .png, it equals transparent. What is the difference? How am I gonna know? That white block means it is not transparent and it is a JPEG, okay? JPJ, sometimes it's JPEG, excuse me. So the JPEGs have that white block, which honestly, it almost looks like you copied and pasted it onto your flyer, as to where the transparent ones look like it belongs there, right? So that's just the difference between the file types. In my opinion, go in and download every PNG file that you have in here. So CMYK. And I'm just right clicking and downloading, and it's going right up here. There's a little arrow pointing down, and this is your recent download history. So this is cool about Chrome. If you didn't know that, you can see all your recent downloads right there. So I'm going to jump back into Canva and let's talk about what this looks like. This is your blank canvas. So right here on the left, you're going to have design, which is going to be your place for templates. You have elements. Elements is going to be, you want to add a star, you want to add a dog, you want to add a background of some sort, you want to add a frame, etc. That's going to be under elements. You have text, pretty self-explanatory. Brand, which is what I was talking about, where you can upload your logos, have your color schemes in play. You can add fonts, a brand voice. I always do want to do voiceovers. Brand photos, graphics, icons. Upload. So remember, brand is going to be for the paid version. You can still upload and keep it saved with the free version. You're just going to upload it under uploads. That's all. So for example, when I type in legacy and hit enter, you're going to see every single logo here. This is what I want you guys to do. I want you to go in and upload everything. So that way you guys can have all the options available to you. How in the world do I upload? You have two options. When you select upload, you have this purple button right here, and it'll help you go through your files, or you can simply hit that arrow pointing down, drag and drop, because we just downloaded this right now. So I have it right here in my recent uploads, but drag and drop is another option. So any questions so far before we start playing with templates?
I want to upload the logos.
Anna, can you help her upload the logos for me? Zoom world, how you guys doing? We're good so far?
Yes, good.
Awesome, thank you. All right, so let's talk about designs. So in the designs, you're gonna be able to type in keywords to find the proper templates. So Elaine, do you have a listing?
No, I just know.
Oh, okay, so let's talk. Elaine just closed on something, so let's do just closed real estate. So remember, I went to design, I came here to the search bar and I typed in just closed real estate.
Okay.
So I have some suggestions. First and foremost, my opinion is select a template that you don't have to do too much work to.
Yeah.
The whole point of this is to work smarter, not harder. We do not need to be graphic designers. Canva has hired them for us, right? So let's use the resources that we have and select one that we actually like and that has all the components that you should be including. Number one, branding. Something that I see happen a lot is people will do just sold, but there is absolutely no information about the agent. Why not?
Sorry, how did you
Yeah.
get it just sold? Or you had those?
Designs, and then I typed in just closed real estate.
Oh, you typed that.
Yes, I typed it in as a keyword. So you'll see here, there's a couple of templates that have this crown. That crown means it is through Pro. If you don't pay for the Pro, you can still use it. They'll just charge you to remove the watermark. That could cost you $1, $2 per flyer. At that point, pay your $13.
Yes,
Just a suggestion.
if you pay it in full, it's a discount even.
Yes,
Yeah,
if you pay for the
that-
year in full, they give you like 10–15% off or something, so it's a good deal. So now let's scroll down and I'm gonna find one that does not have the little crown, which as I keep going down, I'm finding a couple more. But I wanna find one that has some branding. I like this one right here. You guys that are following along, feel free to select whatever template you want. Now, I've selected my template. I know I have to make some changes, like the information, the picture, all that stuff. So let's talk about that. Picture. How in the world do I get the picture of my listing in here? Well, you bought your photos, yes. So you should have all of those photos downloaded already. Come to uploads, upload file, and select your photo. I don't know how lucky we're gonna get with an actual picture, but we're gonna try it. I have no idea what that is. All right, that works. So we just sold a helicopter. Okay, so I went to uploads, I hit upload files, I selected the photo that I needed, and now it lives right here as the most recent upload. Okay, so how can I easily transfer the photo into the template? Best way to do that is you come to the template, and when you hover over components of the template, you'll notice that it gets highlighted in purple. That allows you to identify, oh, this is the component that I'm about to play with, right? So I hover and click. Once I click, now I'm gonna go back to my uploads and I'm going to click and drag in. So again, I click on the component that I want to make the change to. I come to my photo that I want to switch it out with. I click and I drag. Be careful dragging. If I do this, it will now change my entire background. That is not what I want. I'm gonna hit the back button. I want to select and drag in. So now I've easily changed my photo, got that done. Let's talk about down here. I'm gonna focus on the big things first because the big things are a lot easier to change, okay? The next big thing is the photo. Aparilia, I don't know how to say that last name, seems like a wonderful person. However, she is not the one that sold the property or the helicopter. I did. So where is my headshot? In uploads. So I come to uploads. One thing that is very important, guys, to make your life easier, when you are uploading images, especially images that you're going to keep reusing, rename them. How do you rename them, you ask? You go to the photo that you want to rename. You have 3 dots. Those 3 dots have a pencil. That pencil allows you to make the edit, and now you've named your files, okay? So remember, you go to the photo that you want to rename, you hit your 3 dots, hit your pencil, and rename it, okay? I am a typical realtor. This blonde photo is from 2018, no big deal. And this photo is from 2021, I don't really like it though. So we're gonna go with my 2018. So here, we're gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna select the photo that I wanna switch out. I'm gonna come back to uploads to the photo that I'm gonna swap it out for. Click and drag. Okay, so I'm gonna do that one more time. So in the template, now another thing I wanna point out on Canva is down here, you have the zoom in and out options, okay? So if you feel like it's a little small for you, not a problem. If it's too big, not a problem, okay? So I'm gonna zoom it in a little bit so it's easier to see. I'm gonna select the image of the kind person that I don't want in there. I'm gonna come to my photo, click, and swap. Okay? All right, so a couple things I gotta add and change in here. Number 1, I have to add my logo, right? So this really great site.com is just a placeholder for you to edit it and make it whatever your heart desires. But in this case, I'm gonna click on it and I'm gonna just hit backspace because I don't need it. I'm not adding it. I just need to add my logo down there. So now you have an option. If you really love that square, keep it. If you don't, you can click and delete it. And then maybe you put your logo in the middle. Who knows? I'm gonna hit back. Right up here, you have your back, your undo and do options. So I'm gonna undo, I'm gonna keep my little rectangle there. Excuse me. Now I'm gonna go look for my logo. So back to the uploads, back to the search bar, and I'm gonna pretend that I didn't just upload it and I'm gonna search it. Remember, rename your files that you are gonna consistently use. It is just easier for you to locate them instead of scroll, okay? Again, how you rename, you hover over the image, 3 dots, pencil, okay? All right, so here I love this one. When you go to select an image, it will automatically go to the center of the template. Now it allows us to, okay, do we have to adjust it? Do we need to move it? Whatever we gotta do, this is your opportunity. So let's talk about how to make things smaller or larger. When we are doing an image, you only want to use the corners. Corners will enlarge or make smaller. If you were to use the center spaces, those lines, you're actually cropping the image. Okay, see that? I'm getting rid of the logo. I'm cropping the image, not what I want to do. If you go up, look, I'm cropping the image. So remember, corners only. Now I'm going to delete this and add it in again. All right. So now I'm going to go ahead and make this smaller by bringing my corners inward. Now that I've made it so small that I can potentially click on the wrong element, if you notice at the bottom, there is now a cross. That cross allows you to navigate that image wherever it is that you need to place it. So by selecting it, I can now move it. Versus hitting it right in the middle, you can use your little cross, okay? Now, I want you guys to see that mistake that I unintentionally did. I dropped the image and look, now I went to my background. So those little things, you want to be careful. Now, this is why I like to use that little cross, because it allows me to have more control over the element that I'm moving around, okay? Versus that middle, if I just selected it right in the middle of the image, it's going to be a little harder. So let's talk about placements. So right now, I still think that this legacy is a little too big, so I'm going to make it a little bit smaller. I'm going to use my cross, bring this down. Zoom back in, there we go. Use my little cross, and I'm going to start moving it around. Now, take a look as I move around. You're going to start to see perforated lines. You're going to see numbers. So those numbers mean this is how far apart the elements are from each other. So from that, what looks like a Polaroid picture, you know, where it says the 4 large bedrooms, whatever, that's a 97, which means from 97, from that white part to the name, then down under the phone number to the logo, they're all 97. I don't necessarily need it like that. That's more when you're doing any type of like custom stuff. That's really good to make sure that you're paying attention to. But in this case, you really want to take a look at the lines that are either going horizontal and vertical. Those lines will help you identify, are you in the center? Are you too far off to the side? Right? The perforated is now going to help you align it with whatever you think you needed to align it to. Because if you see here, the first name, last name, and phone number, the logo is now in the middle of that component, but I don't need it there. I want it in the middle of the entire thing. So I come here and I drop. How do I know that I'm in the center? Couple things. See the horizontal line? It's telling you that now you're in the center of the rectangle. The vertical line shows you that now you're in the center of the template itself. Okay, so I just drop it. Did that make sense for everybody before I keep going?
And, yes, and I noticed you kept the black bar there at the
Yep.
bottom. And then because you kept it, you use a transparent.
Yes, logo, the PNG logo.
If I wanted to remove that,
The square?
the square.
Yep, you just select
Just
it
select
and
it
delete it.
And leave that, put that, okay.
Exactly, and I would change the color of the
Yes.
logo now,
Yes.
just so it's, you know, a little bit more alive. There we go. Okay, Zoom world, we good? All right, let's talk about text. So now I need to start making some edits to the text. If you notice, again, I focused on the big parts first, because those are easy to get rid of. It's kind of like how I wash dishes. I wash all the big pots, and then I leave all the utensils for my boy. You watch the little stuff too. Now, For me, I like to do it this way just because it's a lot easier and I'm not focused on the small things, but now it's time to focus. So updating my square foot. Where am I gonna get that info? You know where, you are the listing agent in this case.
Right.
4 large bedrooms, whatever that needs to get updated to, and then 3 bathrooms. So how do we update these? You are going to select the text box that you wanna make the change to and double click. When you double click, it'll normally highlight the whole thing. Don't delete it, just hit your little arrows on your keyboard or click at the end. And now you're gonna be able to make whatever the edit is. So now I'm just moving it along with my keyboard. Let's say it's 6 large bedrooms. You guys see that? You just double click, make sure you don't delete the whole thing, make the edit, and now it stays in place. Be very careful when you are making your text box selections because it's extremely easy to go like that.
Yeah.
Because you're clicking and dragging by accident and you don't even realize it. So just be careful. Remember, you're just hovering and clicking. Okay? All right, let's talk about this big price point. $435. Okay. So here, I'm going to. Now I made this $30 million. Okay, go big or go home, baby.
We buy in Highland.
It is a helicopter. So with that, I want you guys to notice now the font is way too big. So I need to adjust it so it makes sense again. What I love about the text boxes is you don't even have to use the corners. Go up to the top and just hit plus or minus. That way you don't accidentally move the square from where it should have been.
Yeah.
Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So I made it small enough to fit in that little section. Now I need to make the change right here.
1, 2, 3 Main Street.
As always, babe. You've taken my class.
Just a few times.
All right, now I want to show you guys something. You see how when we had to change the price point, we added the address. It's a little discombobulated. I don't really like it. So how do we fix it? You choose which one you want to move. In my case, am going to choose this text box because it seems a little bit easier to maneuver. So I'm just gonna bring it up. Bring it up. Now, I want you guys to notice something. There's a perforated line under my headshot, my phone number, showing me that these boxes are now all on the same level. So I'm gonna drop it right there. Now here, I actually don't like that I hit the enter button and separated that. So I am going to adjust all this. Now here, you see that 33326, you know what? I don't even need it. So I'm just gonna delete it. Oh, I deleted everything. Okay. Yeah. There we go.
Mi foto ahí.
Oh.
A ver qué pasa.
¿Ah?
Sí, sí, no, yo le digo a ella que porque vi que la están grabando.
Hola,
Graban.
¿me puedes poner en mute? ¿Puedes ponerte en mute?
Mucho-
Ok. Love you, Stella. Okay. All right, so I made an executive decision to remove the zip code because I didn't want to have the price and the address to not be aligned. You see how right now the last 0 and Florida are aligned? I wanted to keep it that way. So I made the executive decision, you know what, we really don't need the zip code. It's not a law that says that for marketing, we have to add a zip code. So I'm gonna delete it. Makes more sense for my marketing anyway. All right, next thing, my name. So we have Apelilia, whatever her name is. Love you, girl, but bye, girl. Now, if your name is anything like mine and it says it's a grammar issue or a spell check issue, ignore it. We know how to spell our own names sometimes. And now I did that, but I really don't like this font. I feel like my name doesn't look very pretty in it. So how do I change a font? Now, before I go searching for fonts, I write out what I need to write out. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because every font is gonna treat the letters differently, right? So my name has that Y, so some fonts make that Y huge for no reason. So you wanna make sure you're typing in what you need to type in, so let's say Elaine Ramsey, right? And then you keep your box selected, you come to the top left, and you can start looking through fonts. Now, I will say, fonts in Canva are like a rabbit hole. You're gonna get sucked in, just scrolling and looking and scrolling and looking. Oh, this one looks good. I wanna just advise you guys, don't get sucked into the rabbit hole. I definitely think once you start playing with it, you're gonna quickly identify the style that you like. Now, the styles you can choose from up here. Do you like handwriting style? Do you like that corporate boxy style? Do you like display, which is, you know, really great for certain marketing pieces, headings, paragraphs? So you see, these, when you begin to select them, you're now gonna get similar fonts within those styles. So I'm gonna advise you guys, figure out what style you like, select it, and then start going through. I do love that handwriting touch to it. So let's, ooh, I love Brittany. It looks so cute, but I want you guys to keep it. I want you guys, why you thought so too, right? It's cute, Elaine.
Oh, it's you.
If I'm not animated, the class isn't fun, ladies.
Yes, that's the one that I actually chose, but that was.
So I want you guys to notice though, that Brittany that I chose, look how tight it is. Remember that Y I told you about?
Yeah.
That Y is sitting all on top of my R's. So they already messed up Herrera. Imagine if they can't see it now, right? So you want to identify, you know what, I might love it, but is it the best thing for marketing?
No.
No.
No,
The
because
answer is
It's
no.
hard to read.
Exactly. I don't want people to be like, oh, that realtor, the D, whatever her last name was, right?
Beautiful for an
invitation. Exactly. This is a join me for a dinner font. This is not a font for your marketing piece that you're posting on social media. So I'm gonna select that again, my little box, and I'm gonna come back to my fonts and I'm gonna play again. All right, let's see. That one didn't work out very much. Let's try porcelain. I actually like porcelain. However, not big enough. So what do I do now? I'm gonna come to my plus and my minus. Now it's better. And I'm gonna just bring it up a little, just so it doesn't cover the phone number too much, because hey, people, I need them to call me, right? So now next thing is the phone number. I double clicked, highlight, and begin to type. All right, one thing that I suggest, bold it. Bold your phone number. Bold. Okay, we don't want to hide it. We want people to see it. We want people to text us, call us, all of that stuff. Right? So honestly, in real time, the better you get, this will take you 5 minutes. What will actually take the longest for you when creating these is getting whatever pictures you need to add and that kind of stuff. Organization is key. So my suggestion, especially as a listing agent, have your photos in an organized manner by putting them in a folder, naming it the property address, and just upload all the pictures. Or whatever pictures you think you're gonna wanna use, okay? And then you can delete pictures that you don't need anymore. So it's not like they're gonna be stuck there forever. You can get rid of them if you no longer need them. I would not get rid of them. I would keep all of my listing photos in here because guess what? You're allowing yourself to create multiple marketing templates. They don't have to be just sold, open house, just listed. It could literally just be need something for real estate, call your girl, and the background is a beautiful home that you sold, right? So it doesn't have to get deleted, you can use them and upcycle them, okay? All right, so let's talk about something else here. In this template, let's say I don't really love the colors. You know what, I'm not much of a beige girl or whatever color that is. What color is this, sand? Right, whatever that color is. I'm gonna select this box. And something you can do is on the left, when you hit design, the moment you select the outside box, how do I know it's the outside box? Because it's the only thing that's highlighted, right? It's that whole outside. Right here to the left, these are actually all the colors from the template. If you click it, it will now shuffle the colors.
Qué bonito. What did you say about the top? I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. So select the square, then go to design, And it should bring you right here where you see the different colors.
Oh.
And then you just click on that and it'll begin to shuffle the colors. And just make it work for how you want. Let's say, you know what, none of these colors are working for me. If you have the pro version, and let's say you wanna go with your brand colors, you can select brand and do that.
I was just gonna ask, how do you use your brand colors?
Yep,
Oh, that's nice.
okay, now, I'm gonna come back here and I'm gonna bring it back to the original for the sake of the logo that I chose. Alright, so let's talk about something else. Let's say, see that ocean in this picture? Gorgeous, that color. I want that color to be the rectangle. So I want the rectangle to match that color. How do I do that? How do I do that? First things first, you can only do that with elements such as shapes. Okay, you can do that with fonts, like with your text, but you can't do that with like a picture. You can't recreate the picture to look a certain color. So I'm gonna select my little rectangle here. I'm gonna go to the color right up top. How do I know that's the color? Because that's the color that matches, right? Then you hit your plus sign. When you hit your plus sign, now photo colors will pop up, however, not all the photo colors will pop up always. So this is why I want to show you guys how to grab the exact color and do it yourself. So right here, you have your plus sign. Then you have a dropper here. Everybody remember science class? We used to play with those? Yeah. Dropper. And now you see this magnifying glass thingy. It tells you, all right, I want you to go over and find the color that you want me to copy. Well, I absolutely love this one. Click. And change. Did everybody get that?
Yeah,
Cool, that's awesome.
I like that. Yeah, learn.
So this is a good way to kind of incorporate, if you see, like, let's say the listing photo had a beautiful sunset happening in the background and you want to grab those pink and orangey tones, get your magnifying glass right top of the perfect color, and then you can just start changing some of these design colors. All right, let's talk about photos. So I am going to hit add page because I'm gonna be adding my headshot so you can see some different things that we can do to our photos, okay? So I hit add page. I'm now gonna go to uploads and I'm gonna type in my name. So all I did, add page, typed in my name, pulled in my headshot. So with Canva Pro, when you select on your photo, you're gonna see multiple options here. So before I even talk about Pro, let's go through what these options are. First things first, lock. Lock works out when you're working with a template like this. I want you guys to notice that square or the frame that is holding the photo. I can easily move that by mistake. And that could easily happen by trying to select 3 bedrooms, but I accidentally select this and now I did that. Following? If I want to make sure, look, I know this is staying here, I need to lock it. So that way I don't make any mistakes. You highlight the shape itself. You right click, oh, see, look how it's, okay, so you right click. Once you right click, you're now gonna see multiple options. You're gonna have lock. And I'm gonna select lock and boom. So now, if I try to select it and move it, I can't. It's locked.
Because it's locked.
Can't do anything. But if I want to select anything else, I can, okay? So this helps when you have these multi-layered templates that have multiple pieces, yes.
Question on blocking. So let's say you wanna block that, because
Okay.
you don't want to, but you don't want anything inside to move either. Like, you know, that part is
Yeah.
perfect, your picture, your square footage, your bedroom, so you want all that piece to
That
go
works.
together.
In Canva, we can do something called grouping. So we can group them together. How in the world do we group them together, Anna? Let's figure it out. So we are going to place our mouse in this outside area of the template, click, and begin to highlight. I want you to highlight all of the components that you want to lock. Make sure that every single one is highlighted. Very important. I want you guys to notice that where it says the bedrooms and the square foot or whatever, they all have little icons next to them. If you accidentally forget to highlight them, they're not gonna stay in that group. So you wanna make sure everything you want in a group is highlighted. Once you've done that, this will pop up. You can hit your 3 dots. You're now gonna get that right click feature without having to hit right click. Then over here, you hit lock.
Oh, that's awesome.
And that's it.
I'm sorry, I
Good.
looked away when you were when you changed the color to blue at the bottom.
You wanna go back to changing the colors?
Yes,
Okay, hold
click on that.
on. Okay, so this is our original color.
Uh-huh.
You're gonna select the item that you wanna change the color for. Go up to the top where you see the color option.
Oh.
Click it. Then you're gonna have this plus sign and it says add a new color. It's gonna show you a little dropper here to the right. Select that, then you're gonna get a magnifying glass. Hover over the color that you actually want it to be. So let's say this little bluish here. And now it'll automatically change. So that's if you wanna match it to something in the template.
Oh.
That's if
But
you
what
wanna
if
create
you
a
wanna
custom.
put your brand color there.
Your brand color, you come to brand,
Uh-huh.
oh. Wrong option. Well, if you wanna do your brand color, you could just select it, hit color, and then it'll come up here. But that, remember, that's with pro.
Oh.
If you don't have pro,
don't
you
have
won't
pro.
have colors.
Branding.
Okay, so. Okay,
Yeah, so with that, you can use, like, let's say the KW Legacy had that red in it, for example. You then can do the same thing, where you click, dropper, hover over the red in the KW, and then it'll change it.
okay, so you have to have pro, so you.
In order to do the brand option,
But if you
yes.
have like your logo maybe, with that, you could hover over
Yeah.
your logo and it'll come up the colors of your brand.
So for
I can
example,
show
let's
you
say
some.
this KW, this is the red I want this to be. I'm gonna actually change out the logos, so it makes more sense, 1 second.
Oh, somebody change here, this is what I was asking. So if you click on that, on the rectangle there.
Yep.
And you go to the color, go to the top there, right there, yes.
Yep,
And you click on document color, the plus. To the- Yeah,
yep,
and then.
the
go down.
dropper.
I didn't do the dragger, I just went down and put my green and it pops up over there.
Oh, yeah, you could do that too.
Okay, that's
Remember,
what I
the
did.
dropper is if you're trying to match it
Oh,
to something
okay,
in the text,
Specific,
yeah,
yeah,
I
specific.
got it.
okay. Alright, so I am going to jump back down over here and talk to you guys about those photo options. Alright, so we learned about locking. Now we know in order to make sure that we don't move and mess stuff up, you can highlight and hit lock. Now, over here, we have copy style. When you hit copy style, you're literally just copy pasting.
Huh?
So let's see, copy pasting, that's all you're doing. Alright, selecting that photo. You also have this, which is called transparency. So transparency, I'm actually gonna come back up here to the template. I'm gonna click on this photo, I'm gonna click on transparency. When you go backwards, you see it becomes transparent.
No. Make it disappear.
And this is good when you have like multi-layered stuff, right? So let's say, I'll give you a good example. Let's say I wanna kind of almost like put a filter on top of my photo. I can get a shape. Bring it on top of my photo. And what I did was I went to elements and I just started scrolling and immediately I saw shapes. So I added the square. I'm gonna change the square color to white. And then when I come here, you have more transparency.
Like-
You guys see that? So it's mostly for multi-layered items, okay? Transparency is really cool though, so I definitely $5 for KW cares.
Okay.
I'm just
Take it
teasing.
from my check.
I like that, Elaine. Alright, so now you guys know transparency. Transparency is awesome, and it looks really cool on a lot of stuff. So let's talk about position. Position is exactly what it sounds like. Do I want it to go to the left? To the top? To the bottom? To the middle? To the center? To the right? Okay. Something that, girl, we're on $10, Elaine.
$14 now.
Sorry.
Did you say pay her? She just had a closing.
You heard.
It's a spam actually.
Oh,
The first one was this one.
That's,
excuse me.
Then we won't take it.
So, yeah, so position is just helping you position it. However, I want to show you guys something. Let's say I highlight this. When you right click, you're gonna have something called align elements. Now aligning the elements, when you've selected everything, you now can choose, do you want it all to move to the left? But you see how now it's all over each other. So you gotta be extremely careful when you're choosing aligning the elements. Because you can really mess up your entire template and all your hard work, especially if you forget to hit back. So just be very careful when you're doing that. Okay, image. Sorry. You have animate. Animate is great if you're gonna do a presentation or a video. For a static template, no need to hit animate. Can't breathe. Ugh.
Okay.
It's the sinus. So you see, these are good for like videos and stuff. You don't necessarily need to play with this for a static video, static photo. Then you have border style. So if you wanted to add a border, you could. And border weight will determine how thick that border gets. I hope you guys can see that at the bottom there.
Yeah.
You can choose the style, etc. Or no border. But let's say I wanted to round my edges. Okay, so you can round. Not a thing. Okay, so now this is probably one of my favorite things. So some templates, our face is gonna live on the right. Some templates, they're gonna live on the left. My face is facing this way, kind of, right? So in the event that my template needs to get switched, you can actually flip the photo. So when you hit flip, you go horizontal, voila, a new girl.
You know, I like it that way.
Bing,
Not the other.
bang. I don't even know which one is the original, if I'm honest. I think it's.
I feel like you're at the doctors when they're checking your lenses, that. 1, 2, 2.
Yeah. And you can also flip it vertically, but that doesn't make any sense. So we're gonna flip horizontally. Okay, all right, so now let's talk about one of the cool features of having Pro. You could do what's called, when you hit edit image, a background remover.
Yay.
And now I'm just a floating head. Okay, so this is really cool. This looks really great on a lot of templates. It looks clean. You don't have to have a frame. Like, it looks good. It looks like you belong in it, right? Versus with the background, it's like you're just kind of
Another
copy
square.
pasting it again, right? So that is with Pro. Without Pro, you don't have the background mover, but I do think that you could pay for it the same way that you could with the watermark templates. Let's talk about some of these filters down here. You have a little bit of filter action going on. Okay, let's say the template I'm going for is black and white. You got some cool black and white options here. Okay. And some color pop, you know, whatever your heart desires, you can play, and most of that is free. You also have something cool, it's called Magic Edit. Let's do that. Hit inspire me and generate. I don't play with this often, so
Wow.
we're doing this together.
Exactly.
I don't know what any of that is,
So
but it looks great.
my question is,
Yes. Oh, those are bubble things, it looks like. Yes, Elaine.
how did you upload the photo of the just sold? So, I mean, I know you just uploaded anything. How do I
Yep.
upload it from?
Do you have it on your computer?
I think, not sure if it's on this laptop, maybe it's on my.
Yeah, so you would have to make sure that whatever images you want to use, you have saved. You can also copy paste images, and when you paste it in, it'll automatically go into your uploads. And I'll give you an example of
So
what
you
I mean.
upload files, it will automatically go there? Okay.
Yeah, hold on, let me,
Oh.
so let's say this image. If I want to use this, which please do not Google images and use them. Copyright, okay, do not do this. Okay, I'm just showing you as an example. If you need any
does that?
images, Canva does have a plethora of stock photos that you could use. There are also other websites such as pexels.com where you can go get free stock photos. And I'll show you guys that real quick. Pexels.com. Again, do not take photos from Google. Yeah, Shem.
That's what.
Uh-oh.
Alright, I don't know what it is, so my page of in logo,
Uh-huh.
like huge. I don't think in my brand it's big.
Okay, no, normally they'll come out big and then you have to resize.
The corners, use the corner.
Now it's small, so I don't know, like put it. So like when I had put it here, it was like not, I was like. It's not, I think what-
So yeah, send them, because this is a real.
Yeah, cause that was, you see how it is.
Like,
There's like these little that are-
You're in both.
What
Yeah.
is the free one you do here, that is here. Feels like. You can send me.
Yeah, I'll send you the link. So pexels.com is a good place for you to come in and grab some photos. So let's say you want photos of coffee, like I did just now. You got a bunch of stock photos, like I love this one. This one's super cute. And guess what? It's a free download. And they collaborate with Canva. So when you hit edit in Canva, it'll transfer it directly into Canva. Now, it's
And
gonna
it goes to
transfer it as a
Pexel.
new thing.
It's Pexel, right?
Pexels.com, Pexels. This is a great, great place to get free pictures as well as paid for. You can also pay for some if you need. All right,
Pexel, they have an
so
app.
I'm gonna just copy this. Now, when I go back to my original. This is-
So it goes directly to the Canva.
That's good.
Yeah, from Pexels, it'll go directly to Canva, but you can also copy paste. Once it is copy and pasted, it's now gonna live in your uploads, so that's it.
Hey, you can upload right here, let's see what happened, I'm sorry.
When you hit uploads, you hit
Oh,
do
see.
upload file, it's gonna take you to your.
Right, so
computer.
you see, it didn't come up on mine.
It
Okay,
didn't come up on her.
for some reason.
What didn't come up? The
It's an
box?
uploads, nothing.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
won't,
She was trying to bring this up. What's the password for it?
Oh, I don't know. That's.
I'm getting it from,
James. Is it for the logos?
Yeah.
Email it to you. Going to.
I'm
Canva?
still getting her.
Yeah, that I agree, but. So to upload file.
Weird, right?
Yeah, right.
No. No, sure. Grab your file folders. Sorry, everybody, we're
Sorry, guys.
moment.
She's having the senior here.
She's hoping to see.
I want her to feel sick of me.
Too much.
Right. Yes. Stay for a couple of minutes after, so I can look at that a little bit deeper.
It's very weird.
Cause I use it on my Mac all the time, so I don't think it's a Mac Windows issue. So that's,
Probably on my.
Yeah.
Is it easier to do all this on the desktop, but a lot of these features you can still do on the app?
ask Anna or Maria Peñarera right now, she was
What
about to
happened?
use the app and I hate the app.
What happened?
I
The
hate
desktop
the
is
app.
better.
And the reason why I hate the app is because it's so small and like it's
Yeah,
easy to
right.
mess up the template. Yes, you could use it. I'm not saying don't, because boy, when I'm on the run, it's the best thing that was ever created, right? I no longer hate it anymore, but I try to do as much as I can on the desktop, for sure. And then what I like to do as well is I'll create multiple templates that then I can just interchange the photos and the info for.
Right.
So I'm not having to go in and
That's
select
what I want to
templates, I'm
do.
not having to
Right.
do that. Like, my suggestion,
To
and
me-
I'm actually gonna get into that now
That's
with you
exactly
guys.
what I wanna do, just list it, just so.
Yep, and have a multitude of templates that you can just go in and plug and play.
Plug in.
Exactly. So that's actually the next piece of this, so these last couple of minutes of the class, that's what I wanna talk about is how I handle my designs is I'll come up here, what's my category? So this, let's just pretend we're sticking with just sold. So now I know when I need to go look for a template for just sold, I'm coming in here, okay? How you add more than one template is once you've selected one, you hit add page. You go up to design. And then just select your next template. So let's say this one. And add page. Now I'm gonna select one more. One thing I will suggest to you guys, the templates that you're choosing when it comes to your marketing, make sure that your headshot matches what you're replacing. And I'll explain what I mean right now. So you see right here, homegirl is ready, right? However, I don't have a template, I don't have a headshot like that. So am I gonna look like a floating head? Most likely, because you see she takes up most of that box, right? So I'm just gonna delete that, I'm gonna go to my headshots. And I'll show you how crazy I'm going to look. If I kept it that same size as my friend in the original, nah. I'm the whole marketing piece, I don't want that either, right? However, I do have this headshot that I'm not very happy with, but we're gonna go ahead and hit edit, background remover.
That's a pretty.
This
I
one
like
makes
that
a little
headshot.
more sense.
Nice headshot.
I think.
I like that one.
I think it's the background.
I think my
that watches
color's too
you out.
dark.
Without the background.
Background,
it looks
yeah,
good.
without the background, yeah.
No, yeah, so you see this headshot, I wanted to show
like
you guys
that
because you see
headshot.
in this headshot, you get more of my arms.
Yeah.
It's more of
So
a
now
ball.
this makes more sense, but the little headless, my big old head thing, not cute, right? So just making sure that you guys are being mindful to the templates that you're choosing, so you don't have to do too much work. Again, the point of me showing you guys this is the fact that we can work smarter, not harder using Canva by making sure that we prepare, uploading your headshots, uploading your logos, having everything ready, and doing things like this, where you're selecting multiple, you're making the edits, and that way you can plug and play. But let's talk about how we save these. When you create one design or one space for multiple templates, you want to save accordingly. So what do I mean by that? When you go to share, you come down to download. Excuse me. First and foremost, file type. JPEG versus PNG. PNG gives you higher quality. So automatically choose that when you're saving it as a photo for social media. If this is an open house flyer, PDF print. PDF print. If you're gonna be printing anything in KW Legacy, it must be saved as PDF print. Do not save anything as an image that you will be printing in the office. Because the printers do not communicate well when trying to print a picture. It'll pretend like it did, but it comes out blank. PDF print is the only one that it actually works. So make
PDF
sure if you
print.
need to print a screenshot of something, you come in here and convert it to a PDF. Make sense? Okay, so PDF print is best for printing. If it's a video, save it as a video. In this case, we're saving it as a PNG. Then you come down here and it shows you, you need to select the pages. Am I saving all of them or just an individual one? Now, if you're only gonna save one, make sure you select this and choose the one that you wanna save. So let's say I wanna save page 1, done, and download. When you hit done and download, it's now gonna move into your recently downloads over here. Oh, they just saved somebody.
This one? Oh, I get this one.
And now I have my image. Okay. Now, a couple other cool things about Canva, I'm gonna do an empty page here. So let's say I have my headshot. I do the edit image, background remover, but now I wanna be able to save it. So in case anybody, let's say my lender partner is like, oh yeah, send me your headshot, but I want the one without the background. Right? That happens all the time. Problem. Remember, I just removed my background. Now I'm gonna go share. Download. I'm gonna ensure that I am only selecting page 4 because that is the photo that I need to save. But most importantly, I'm making sure that this is a PNG and I am selecting transparent background. Transparent background is only for Pro. But watch, when you hit transparent background, you hit download. Oh, it was to Natalia and Chris, because they shared.
Why would you need a transparent?
This is a good option if like, let's say you're doing co-branding with somebody and they want your headshot, but without the background. This is your way of having it saved on your computer, ready to go. So you, but again, that's the pro. If you have the free version, you can't save it with the transparent background. I love you. But you see here, it saves and now it looks like a sticker. Okay, all right, everybody, that's it. Now, with that being said, this month I am teaching command. It's gonna be about the database. We're gonna jump into smart plans. I'm gonna help you guys create a smart plan. We're gonna do campaigns. We're gonna do a little bit of everything this month. Next month, I'm doing all things marketing using Canva. So we're gonna do an open house class where we're gonna talk about what your plan should be, what resources you have to use, and how to quickly create templates for said open house. We're gonna be doing things on just listed, just sold, using Canva. So join me next month for that. But for this month, join me for command. Yeah.
In there, I think it was at the 590-10, we talked about, Maliki asked for a class in sending newsletter. In command?
We can do that,
Can
yeah.
you do that?
Yep, we can do that as a smart plan.
To Chris, okay.
Yeah, so we can definitely do that. So actually, that's part of what this month is being taught, so. And I don't remember when I'm teaching smart plans, but can we look it up in my
I think
training?
it's next week or the week after, but do you have a DocuSign class?
Not this month. But if you need DocuSign training, call your girl Shanna, I got you. Just give me a call.
There's some really good videos that you made last month.
Yes, I
I
have
have
this month.
one question.
Sure,
So like, every time I go in DocuSign, like I do it, like, oh, well, if the form there's a say, for instance, like I have a form that needs to be signed. And I have to map it. How can I just map that form? Without uploading it, having to put the buyer's information and then mapping it? Is there a way to map it and just save it?
by map, are you referring to the signature boxes or are you referring to a template where you can fill it out?
Like formatted, okay, so I'll tell you where I'm asking.
Please,
So for the new development I'm having Tampa. So I've had people inquire about it, so for me to write a contract on it. They have their own contract, right?
okay,
So I would have to upload the form, but it only allows me to format it and put the views in. When I'm actually sending it to the person
in the envelope.
in the envelope,
Yeah.
which I don't want to do, I kind of want to have it in no other way, I kind of.
If it's not a Florida contract, no. And by Florida, I mean the Florida Association of Realtors.
Right.
Developers can create their own contracts with their attorneys. DocuSign does not know how to create a template or read a PDF. Because ultimately that will be uploaded as a PDF, because it's a personal contract that they've
Right.
created, right? So with the templates, there's no way to upload that, so you can.
Have it just like, have it, cause if I have like three, cause I'm working, if I have 3 clients, I have to do it every time at that level.
Yeah, that's,
That's
I'm
the
gonna
only
look
way.
into that, just to kind of play and see, because in the rooms. And I'll explain a little bit. Sorry, we diverted to DocuSign, hope
Sorry.
Canva was good, okay, so here in rooms,
Right.
you can create templates, however, they're with the FAR documents, right?
Okay.
So in here, you can do it with FAR, but you can't do it with a PDF, what I'm gonna play with. I didn't get so big.
Maybe I think Adobe you can do it. 'Cause when I-
Adobe for sure, you can do
I would
templates.
have to do it in Adobe.
Yeah, I think Adobe for sure, but here in the e-signature portion, I don't know. Let's see.
So I tried it in Form Simplicity and it didn't work.
Yeah, cause form simplicity grabs from
Yeah.
far.
Yeah, so I'm like, oh, but then I'm like, okay, the first one I'll do it in the envelope, but then I'm
Yeah.
like, I need to figure out a way, but I just thought about Adobe, so maybe I just pay for it.
Adobe will probably be a good option. Let me just play real quick. Hold on 1 second.
for smart plans, your class is on the 24th.
Okay,
September 24th.
so September 24th, we'll be doing smart plan, then we can go over newsletters,
Next week, it's going to be meet your new best friend, command, TW command.
which is just like an overview, so that works. Downloads. Alright, I just wanna grab something. Role buyer, right? In this case, for your exact example, we're talking about you representing a buyer, taking them, submit, okay, so buyer, we leave all that blank. Next. Oh. Huh.
You have to, so that's what I had to do, so I had the whole document and I had to add every single field.
Well, that's, I'm creating a template right now,
Okay.
so I think it might work, Shanna, hold on, let me see. Which you'll do it once, right, for the creation of the template.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, I'm just adding a bunch of different things so we can see
If it were.
exactly. Right, okay, so save and close. Give my template a name, I'm gonna name it test. Test with today's date. Just so I can stay organized, so save and close. Now let's see, how in the world do I use this template? Search my templates. I see the test, but how do I use it when I'm in a room?
I'll send you the logos right now.
Yeah,
Well,
that'll
maybe
be
I
fine.
should- Thank you, amazing class.
Thank you.
I had a question, Davies.
Logos too?
Yeah, go ahead.
But.
Okay, you were, it's Nina.
Format.
from
Hey,
Zoom. You
talk
said
to me, girl.
the PNG was for social media, but what is the JPEG?
No,
saving as shape?
PNG means it's transparent. So PNG means transparent, which means the logo will look like this. You see how there's no white background behind it? No matter where you move it, it has a transparent background, so that's what PNG means. Oh, did you mean the share and the save?
Yes, the JPEG.
Oh, JPEG is the same, but PNG gives it a more optimized look, like it's just better quality.
Oh, okay, that's the
Yep.
difference. Okay,
Great
Okay.
question.
thank you. That's
Great.
it.
Okay. I'm gonna come in here, let me see. Yeah, you see, I don't see that template in here when I type in test. Oh. Let me see something else. So maybe I got ahead of myself, Shannon, maybe it's not. But I believe in myself, so maybe it's like. Hello, hello. No, I think the only way it would work is not within a room, but just through the e-signature side. Cause that's where the template was created, and the biggest difference between the two is the room is what connects to command, e-signature is just the DocuSign platform. Yeah.
I'll investigate.
Sorry,
It's okay.
we tried. Alright, Zoom world, it was a pleasure, thank you for being here. I will see you guys next week for All About Command.
Thank you.
Bye. Elaine, stay right there for us.